Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol and welcome to the Audi TTS. Now this is my long-term press car from Audi UK, and I must report back, it is very, very impressive. I will be doing a full video of this car coming to the channel very soon. I've been driving it for the last couple of weeks. I've done well over 1,000 miles in it, and I love it to bits. But this video isn't about the car I'm sat in. This video is about working with brands and extending my reach beyond just doing YouTube videos. And I kind of wanted to do this video to explain my thinking behind how I go about that process. Something a little bit different. Now, one of the things I've noticed as my channel has got bigger and my reach and influence increases is I get more and more contact from brands and agencies asking me to review products, to do stuff, basically wanting to get access to my subscribers, to you guys. And I am very, very protective of you. I don't just want to go out and do any project and review any old thing just for the sake of it, just to make some money. I want to do it only when the time is right. And I want to talk to you about my recent partnership with Hankook Tyres. Now, I got approached by Hankook Tyres a couple of months ago now, asking if I would work with them to create an information video about tyres, about looking after them, how to check them, how important it is to check tyre pressures, to make sure you replace tyres in the correct way, simple informational stuff about markings on tyres. And I really like that because one of the things I think I'm quite good at, and my day job suggests that as well, is explaining stuff, demystifying things, and bringing things across in an easy to understand way. So I thought I could add value to do that. And then the second reason why the project interested me is because I'd not done anything with Hankook before. I'd never even driven a car with Hankook Tyres, but my new Mini GP3 will be coming with Hankook Tyres, and I thought it'd be a great way for me to experience the brand. So I explored the opportunity some more, talked through the specification with them, and agreed to create some videos. Now those videos will be created and put on their social media channels and platforms, but I also agreed to put it on mine and share it with you on my YouTube channel. And that's not normally something I'm very, very protective of. So maybe where I should go now is actually show you the video that I've created and then talk about how it's going to be used. So roll my Hankook video. Now, I love driving. I love driving any car, from a small hatch up to a performance car like this one. But ultimately, all of the horsepower and all of the performance of any car comes in contact with the tarmac in just 4 places. At either corner of your car, you have a tyre with a small contact patch of rubber connecting you to the tarmac. So the correct tyre choice and maintenance is so important to ultimate performance and safety. So what are the major do's and don'ts when it comes down to tyres? Now, the first thing you want to be doing is regularly checking your tyres for wear and damage. Now, the fronts are a little bit easier than the rears. I always put a little bit of steering lock on, and then you can check across the whole surface of the tyre, because you want to be checking on the inside as well as the outside edge. Now, even wear is okay, but any uneven wear could be a sign that you've got some kind of tracking or alignment problem, and you'll want to get that checked out because that will shorten the lifespan of your tyre. In terms of tread depth, these are clearly brand new tyres, so there's plenty of tread on them. But on the inside of the tread pattern, there are little indicator bars. And when your tyre tread reaches those bars, it is time to change your tyres. The legal tread depth in the UK is 1.6 millimetres. Now, a premium tyre like this should be able to operate perfectly okay up till that 1.6 millimetre limit. But any lower than that, and you are now driving around with an illegal tyre, the penalties for that could be points on your licence and a fine, as well as the fact you're driving an unsafe car which won't stop as effectively, especially in the wet. So when you come to buy your tyres, what do all the markings on the sidewall of a tyre actually mean? For example, this car has 245/35 ZR19 93Y. What does all that mean? Well, it's actually far more straightforward than you might think. Firstly, the 245 is simply the width of the tyre in millimetres. /35, well, that's describing the profile, and that's 35% of the width of the tyre. And the ZR19, well, that is the diameter of the wheel in inches. I know it's very confusing mixing inches and millimetres, but there we go. And then finally, and perhaps the most important thing, the 93Y. Y is the speed rating of this tyre, and there are a range of different speed ratings. For example, H rates the tyre at a maximum speed of 130 miles an hour, which for a standard family saloon would be fine. But this is a performance car, and the Y speed rating of this tyre rates this tyre at speeds of up to 186 miles an hour. So if you own a performance car or intend to do track days or go to Germany and drive on the Autobahn, then choosing the correct speed rating for your tyre is really, really important. Another really important thing to keep a check on is your tyre pressures. Now, what tyre pressures to run will be indicated on a little plaque like this somewhere on your car, often near the driver's door. And the tyre pressures may well vary depending on the load that you are expecting, so how many passengers and how much luggage. But you need to make sure that you run the car at those recommended tyre pressures. Incorrect tyre pressures can lead to poorer fuel economy and can increase the wear on a tyre by some 25%, so that's not a great thing. The other thing is, I know it's really tempting when you go and get some new tyres and you're faced with quite a big bill sometimes, and the person says, would you like your tracking and alignment checked? It's very tempting to save some money and not do it. That is basically just fool's thinking. It's well worth getting your alignment checked, because not only will that lead to a better driving feel and better driving experience, but it also can help with prolonging your tyre wear. If the car is set up properly, the tyres will last longer. But the last couple of things for me are a little bit more safety related. For me, the golden rule is always make sure that you have the same tyres with the same tread pattern on the same axle. Now that might sometimes mean that you need to change tyres in pairs, especially if you've had damage to one tyre and on the other side of the axle the tyre is okay with reasonable tread depth. What you don't want is uneven tread depths or even different tread patterns on the same axle. That will introduce instability to the car, and that's not great in braking. This is a four-wheel drive car. It's recommended with four-wheel drive cars to replace all four tyres at the same time. Sometimes that can be a little bit painful as well, especially if this car wears the fronts quicker than the rears. But again, it's all about that driving stability and ultimate performance, and in a performance car like this, that can be very, very important. Finally, summer versus winter tyres. Now you can run summer tyres all year round. However, winter tyre performance when it's cold, icy and snowy is so much better than a summer tyre. A summer tyre will take up to 3 times as long to stop in the snow compared with a winter tyre. So if you live in a part of the country where we get harsher, more inclement weather in the winter, then a winter tyre might be something to think about for those winter months. So to summarise then, tyre choice and the correct maintenance can enhance both driving performance and safety. So enjoy your driving, and most importantly guys, drive safe. So the brief was to create a video about 5 minutes long, and that's what I created. I filmed it in different sections and actually delivered a fully edited version, the one you've just seen. And what I've also done is given the Hankook all of the individual bits of footage so that they can edit it into smaller videos as they see fit. And their campaign actually started on Facebook just a few days ago. I actually shared some of that on my Facebook page, which is actually a good point to say, if you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, although I do less on Twitter, make sure you head over to there and like my page, because I put lots of extra content on there, and this is a good example of that. So I hope you think that type of content sits well with the channel and sits well with what you guys expect from me. Clearly my channel is about reviewing cars, going to car events and those types of things, but I'm at the stage now where I've got the opportunity, and I'll be totally upfront and honest with you, to monetize the channel beyond just the ad revenue I get from Google. And if you speak to any YouTuber, you will know that whilst that's nice and I'm not complaining, it's not the kind of money that I'm going to retire on. I need to be able to monetize things beyond just Google ad revenue, but I am very, very wary of doing that and not annoying you and only bringing you stuff that is relevant to you. So hopefully, and I would love to know what you think, put it in the comments below what you think about that particular video. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. Hankook are really pleased with it. Their campaign seems to be doing really, really well. And I'll keep an eye out for other similar projects where I think I can add value, either from my knowledge or my presentation skills, or maybe, well, less so my editing, because let's face it, my editing's not brilliant, but certainly my presentation skills. And I'll share other stuff with you going forward, but I will make sure that it is stuff that you will be interested in and sits well with the channel, because I am massively protective of you, my peddlers, my subscribers. There's over 40,000 of you now. I have to look after you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that video. Something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you a project I've done, but I also wanted to just give you a bit of my background thinking to how I'm gonna start to extend my reach, work with brands, bring you different types of content, different types of experiences. But if you've enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. Make sure you head over to Facebook and Instagram and follow me on those platforms to see my specific content that I put out on them. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. But from the very lovely seat that is the Audi TTS Coupe, stay tuned, because there will be a video on this car coming very, very soon. But I'll see you on the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.